On today's Poker Life podcast, we're joined once again by FullFlush, aka Luke Schwartz, to catch up on what he's been up to. And Luke tells me he's got something to say, and I'm looking forward to saying it. So my name's Joey Ingram, aka Chicago Joey, aka Poppy GTO on Instagram. According to my Instagram, I just made an Instagram page, instagram.com/PoppyGTO. Everyone, go follow it. I finally decided to join after 3 years. Joining the podcast today by a young man who's one of the viewer favorite guests of all time. He's a man that taught us what the word pigeon meant, a man that taught us other English slang that I can't recall right now, a man who told us how poker players from America.
You've done well. You've done good enough.
No, a man who told us that poker players from America like to smoke weed with their roommates together on the road while playing the Hot 11. Luke Schwartz, aka FullFlush in the house. What's up, Luke? Welcome back to the podcast, kid.
I'm wearing my American t-shirt as well, representing, because I do have an American passport. But anyway. Yeah, sorry I was late because I was watching the Barcelona game. It was like the sickest comeback ever, something similar to the Super Bowl just now. They needed to score 3 goals in the last 5 minutes, and they scored. They must have been like 1,000-1 or something, and they went through to the quarterfinals. Crazy. So
if I watch soccer, I'd probably be interested in that, but I don't know much about football.
Yeah, listen, I gotta admit, soccer is shit compared to American football, but that was a buzzing little match to watch just there. I'm born and bred in England, so I should like English football more, but NFL is way better.
I didn't know you had an American passport too.
Yeah. So if I ever want to come in Vegas and just live off all those donk Americans, I can.
Luke, what's going on, kid?
But anyway.
What's happening, man? What you got to say? It sounds like you got something to talk about.
No, because you know what it is, yeah? Your little mate, this is how it is. Your mate, Doug Polk, yeah? You listen, I'm a bit too old for all this bullshit, yeah? And to be fair, some of his little podcasts and videos are all right, even though he fucking does a million things that would tilt you. He moves his hands and his voice and all the rest of it, yeah? But fuck him, because you know what, yeah? 2 years ago, yeah, this clown tried to, like, ruin my name by saying, oh, Isildur was the one playing when the one time I beat him. Like, we played twice, right? We played 8 game, 400, 800. This kid's shit at 8 game, yeah? And he beat me. He might have beaten me for 100K, yeah? Now, then I won at triple draw off him, yeah? He's clueless at triple draw anyway. He's clueless in all fucking games apart from No Limit on a computer. But anyway, yeah? So he beat me. I beat him in triple draw for 60K. And halfway through the session, this clown says, oh, this ain't you on your account. This is Isildur. Trying to discredit my name, trying to fuck me. Fuck this guy. When he beat me on fucking 4-800 mixed game, you know what? That wasn't fucking him. That was his pigeon friend, Jay Lama, who I have to admit is a very good heads up 8-game player. But he was either ghosting him or telling him what to do every single play, yeah? And then he has the audacity 2 weeks later to say, at the time I do beat him, oh, it wasn't you, it was Isildur, when I ain't spoke to Isildur for like a year or two. So, like, that fucking delusion just tilted me too hard, yeah? You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, I get what you're trying to say, man. I see a lot of bang going on out here.
Listen, you can't say nothing because he's your boy. You're going to have to cuddle him afterwards about how hard I'm going to slew him after this, yeah? Because you know how that guy likes to cry. Now, let's address a different point. First of all, so after all that 2 years ago, right, I saw him, that was then and there, I'm done with that. I saw him getting in an argument with Jason Mercier. Mercier's a cool guy. I stepped in, I might have said something, retweeted, and then he's on a little podcast. Some of my friends showed me the other day, he's on a little podcast and he's like explaining his little gay beef with Mercier, and he's like, he goes, and so Luke Schwartz chimes in. And for those of you who don't know who Luke Schwartz is, he's a bad high stakes pro who had to sell his house in order to get back in action. Now, let me tell you 2 things about that fucking statement. Both are false. Now, I don't care that he says I'm bad because I ain't really too fussed if people say I'm bad. I want people to think I'm bad so I get more action. He's saying I've sold my house to get back in action. I fucking bought a house, an extra house last year with my poker profits. So this fucking kid don't know what he's fucking talking about, yeah? He's just like one of these pigeons who likes to say people are bad. There's two things poker players like to do. They like to say people are bad, and they like to say people are broke. Yeah, those are two. They're very fond of saying these things. So he's just saying that to make himself feel better. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, like, yeah, that guy's saying, oh, I'm a bad high stakes pro or whatever. I fucking beast high stakes. I beast everything I play. The only thing I don't beast is stars cash games. It's fucking rigged as shit. There's 20 different fucking nerds on a computer sharing action, doing whatever the fuck. Who knows? If this guy wants to play me 8-game PLO, any game in Vegas, yeah? Any game, I'll fucking play him heads up. I don't care. You know what? If he was beating me, do you know what I'd say, Joey?
What would you say?
You know what I'd say to him? Yeah, if he was beating me, I'd say to him, yo, your haircut's shit. You know what he'd do? He'd fucking melt down and cry. He'd need you to give him a fucking hug. Listen, this tool, right? Ben86 reduced this clown to tears on a night out. True story. Doug said to Ben86, I'm the GOAT, aren't I? I'm the best no limit player. And Ben86, rightly so, is better than Doug. He's able to make that judgment. And he said, nah, I don't think you are. Small sample size. And he's fucking right. Polk don't win no more anyway. He played for 2 years high stakes. Anyway, Ben saying that to Doug, that made this guy cry. This is a true story, yeah? He broke down and was reduced to tears because his flatmate, or not even his flatmate, yeah, he wishes it was fucking flatmate or roommate, yeah? His guy, his friend, told him he wasn't the best in the world. That made him cry. So that's how unstable this pigeon is. So if I was to play him heads up live, I could just trash talk him and he would crumble. I wouldn't even need to use my skill. That's how bad it is. And then what's worse than the fact that Ben86 made him cry, yeah? He fucking tries to discredit this Ben86's whole reputation by making up some bullshit like they swapped action and then Ben bounced on the deal of them swapping action. Who fucking cares? No one cares. He tried to, Ben86, one of the top players in the world, yeah? He's tried to discredit this guy's name because he's fucking told him he ain't the best in the world. Now, does that sound like a fair sum up of what happened? Or am I talking shit?
Well, listen, we got a lot of things in there. So you said something about that, how Ben86 and him, I believe that was, they did have something where they were going to swap coaching. And then I think that.
Right, exactly. They were going to swap something. Wait. They were going to swap something, yeah? They swapped something. They did some action. Then Ben86 said, Doug, you're not the best in the world. Doug started crying. Ben86 said, fuck it. You're too much of a headache weirdo to deal with. I don't want to hang out or do any business with you anymore. So then Doug is like, oh, I better hotel the world how much of a scumbag Ben86 is when the guy's not even a scumbag. In fact, at all, he's probably a very ethical dude. Yeah? That's fucking pathetic. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying it didn't happen, like it happened a different way. So I'm guessing you've heard something or you've talked with people and this is how you've heard it went down.
I talked with no one. I don't read none of this shit. I just heard the story. I heard the story. Even Doug said the story. He was reduced to tears because Ben said he wasn't the best in the world. And then he went on a fucking video cam to try and discredit Ben's name because he quit their little like swapping action thing. Who fucking cares? Obviously, Ben had the right side of that deal. Listen, Doug ain't won in 2 years. Doug, listen, let me tell you something, yeah? A man who starts coaching, yeah, on the internet is a man who can't win anymore, yeah? He's doing $1 bankroll challenges, okay? He's doing $1 bankroll challenges to 100, showing people he can beat fucking 0.51. Big deal. The geezer don't play high stakes no more. Listen. Time will tell. The guy is no GOAT. Trust me. He's no GOAT.
Well then, I don't know what to say after that. That's great. I mean, so what's? It sounds like you don't like Doug, obviously, and you're right. Also sounds like you're ready to play him heads up in Vegas.
Listen, I'd play the guy heads up in Vegas. Listen, that guy is not better than me at a single game apart from maybe No Limit online. Listen, true story, that guy is not better than me in a single poker game. I'm a fucking beast, trust me, yeah? You come to London, listen, your buddies in the fucking Poker Stars 1020 Zoom, couple of them come to London, yeah? Isildrun, this guy Isildrun come to London, yeah? He's playing in our live game. The guy's tanking pre-flop, yeah? The guy's like, he's meant to be some sort of boss. Come sit down with me with 1,000 big blinds and I'll show you how PLO is played, innit? About this fucking online bullshit where you all fucking GTO, this, that, and the other, the numbers. I don't give a fuck about any of them things.
I love you, Luke. I'm happy to have you back, man. I'm happy to have you back. I'm liking this fire, man. I'm liking this fire.
What? You know another funny thing is, yeah? I see another funny thing about this fucking Doug guy, yeah?
Let's hear it.
He played that hand v Torelli, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right, where Torelli's completely owned off his face, yeah?
Right. I remember the hand, Jack hand.
Yeah. You know, he's such a fucking nerd. He gets to the river. Now, after the river, he's been owned so bad, yeah? And he's like, like, how does 8-6 and jacks get to the river in a 35K pot on ace king board? That's like so fundamentally cool. You know, he's fucking nerd. Grow up, yeah? Listen. And another thing, the fucking guy that was commentating that hand, yeah? Say, I don't know, who was that? Tell me who that was.
I think that was a guy named Upswing JJ.
All right, listen, tell that guy, yeah? He can have 6 cards be my 4 cards and we'll play Omaha heads up. That guy's retarded, yeah? Throughout the hand, he's saying shit like, oh, you know, Torelli's got to rely on his GTO fundamentals here, his distribution that, his distribution this. What the fuck is this clown talking about, yeah? He doesn't even know he's talking about himself. That guy's a super pigeon. Now, back to that hand anyway, yeah?
Let's hear it. Break it down.
Back to that hand. First, a couple things about that hand. First of all, like, they're saying it's the greatest call ever, yeah? It's not really the greatest call.
Not the greatest call ever.
You know,
not the greatest call ever.
It's not even that hard a call if you think about it. I mean, you're playing a live cash game. When the king comes on the river, you know, the hand that he was trying to rep is ace king. So now it's even less likely for ace king. So now is Doug really betting like 5K on the river with ace queen? You know, I mean, Torelli could be slow playing a set, aces up, whatever. You know, you're not really going to be feeling that good about having ace queen there. He might bet 5K on the river with ace queen, but it's not like a gin spot. Anyway, so he's repping like 1 or 2 hands. If Torelli had an ace, you know, it'd be a pretty easy call. He's got the ace blocker. He already snapped him off with jacks. I see this next podcast. I must sound like I'm contradicting myself, like I don't watch loads of videos or nothing, but I don't. But I just watched this one. Anyway, so he's saying, oh, Torelli, you know, he's a bad poker player. He's fundamentally bad, this, that, and the other. He's just doing his same shit, saying people are bad. Now, I have to agree, Torelli ain't the greatest poker player. Like, he was never that good. Like, I used to hunt him on full tilt. But he's one of them heads that fucking, you know, he looks after his body. Like, he's very deliberate, every decision. So things work out for him a bit better. He tries hard. He went to Macau early, this, that, and the other. Probably got a lot more fucking money than your bum chum fucking Doug Polk, yeah? But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, he's saying, oh, he's bad, he's bad. I mean, enough of who's bad. This kid Polk is bad. He can't. Does he play online anymore?
I think he's going to be back in Poker Stars coming up here for the scoop.
Oh, he's coming back for the scoop. Well, all the sharks come out for scoop. I fucking come out for scoop, and I win like 2 scoops every fucking scoop. I got about 9 fucking scoop watches, yeah? So big deal, he's coming back for scoop. Bottom line is, all you idiots that are paying money to get coached by this guy, he's coaching you because he can't win anymore, so he's getting money off coaching, okay? When someone is willing to give away their secrets, it means they don't think their secrets are very profitable anymore, okay? Let's see if he beats 50, 100, no limit, heads up no more. Ben was right. The guy is a phony, a fugazi, whatever you want to call it.
So you think you think Doug's not good at poker at all? Is that what you're trying to say?
Listen, everyone has their time in poker, yeah? He might have been good at heads up, no limit, yeah? He might have been good for a couple of years, yeah? But nah, fuck that. He wasn't even good. He was good for like a year or so, yeah? But you know in poker what it is, yeah? You create a buzz around you, yeah? And that makes people play differently versus you, yeah? And like, so he's bigged himself up, he buzzed himself up, and like people, you know, give him respect for his bluffs on the river and so on. So that's how like someone like Negreanu, you know, Negreanu, me and you both know Negreanu's a fish, yeah? You know, I know you're probably boys with him. You probably you probably make money together, so you're not allowed to say nothing bad, yeah? But really and truly, fundamentally,
I'll say someone's a fish, man. I don't mind calling somebody a fish if I think they're a fish. I mean, no, Negreanu, I don't know how much he even plays anymore.
All right, my point is, a guy like, okay, he may not be like a super fish, but a guy like Negreanu, you know, he's not like fundamentally astute. Like, if you give him a hand to analyze, he'll tell you, like, he might say something like, yeah, you know, because he drank his water from the left side of his mouth, that's why I meant all in, because of that tell. But, like, you know, his actual strategy and logic may not be as good as some of the others. But my point is, he's gotten away with winning all that money because of the buzz around his name and people play differently versus him. Yeah, that's how it works.
So Doug Doug was debatably one of the best heads-up players for a long time. He had the challenge. He played Sauce. He beat Sauce for a good amount of money. He's pretty much at the top of the power rankings there for a couple of years, to the point where no one would even play him online anymore.
Okay, but that was the same with Isildur. That was the same with me in 2009. Same with Isildur in 2010. Same as Durr before that. I say everyone has their little stretch, yeah? He's not that good. Time will tell if he's that good. He can't beat other games. He can beat if Jay Lama, who, by the way, I said he's a great player, but that cunt is more dislikable than Trump, yeah? Anyway, if he ghosts him, yeah, he can do some good. He can play well, yeah? Then, okay, he can play well. But that Doug Polk, he would have zero chance of me, heads up, 8 game, cross-booking in any tournament, whatever the fuck. Listen, that guy's dead money now, yeah? He's dead money.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
Damn, Luke. Okay, you came here with a purpose today, my friend. You came here with a mission.
No, that's it. I didn't like him. You know what it is, yeah? I don't even mind his videos. Like, he's a little bit funny in that sometimes. I mean, he's like nerdy funny, yeah? But I just don't like it. Someone just making lies up, saying I sold a fucking house to get back in action, when it's the reverse of that, when I'm just been beasting for 2 years. He's saying I'm a bad high stakes reg. You know, fair enough. Actually, I don't really care if someone says I'm bad or not. As I said, I want people to think I'm bad. I want the action, innit? You know what I mean? Like, when I go to the casino, yeah? And it's a true story. I opened 5-5 Jack 8 Badoogie in the 2-hole, yeah? It's an awful hand, right? I've got such an aura about me at the casino, yeah? I just beast it through. I beast it through, yeah? And I can profitably raise that hand in the 2-hole. And the regs look at me like, fuck, this guy, like, he's such a fish, or is he, like, they don't get it. But at the end of the night, they see towers and towers, like, fucking every night. So you tell me, it's like Conor McGregor, you've got the self-belief, you make it happen. Like, he used to have that, you know, that's just how it is in the poker. Also, if you're fit and everything like that, like Alec Torelli, you know, he's in decent shape or whatever, he looks after himself. He's not the greatest, but he's still, because of those things, that makes him win.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So you're ready to play. So you're ready to play Doug heads up. But at the same, you mentioned earlier that poker players like to call their players bad. It sounds like you're kind of doing the same. You just said.
No, listen. Obviously he's decent and no limit heads up. Yeah. I'm not saying that. 8 game, put him in a prison cell where no one can fucking ghost him. Yeah. He ain't got a fucking clue, geezer. He would be dead money. Trust me. Yeah. And it might not be that he's bad, like he is bad at 8 game. Maybe he could get good if he studied it a lot or whatever. I'm not saying he's a stupid person. I'm saying he's not great, he's definitely bad at 8 game. He's not a bad poker player because he's obviously done very well at poker. Yeah. No one's really that bad anyway. No professional is bad. They're just not as good as some of the other ones. But it's sad when you see some professionals saying, oh, he's so bad, you know, that makes them feel better about their pigeon lives themselves. You know, that's how I go, oh, he's so broke. Oh, I heard he's broke. You know, Chinese whispers, he's broke, he's broke. They love that chat. That is bullshit.
So, I mean, obviously you're pretty upset that Doug was trying to allege that you sold your house and stuff like that. So, I mean, I can understand why.
No, I'm not even upset. It's not, you know what, I'm 33. I ain't even upset. But, like, fuck this guy going around saying some bullshit lies. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck him trying to discredit people's names, you know, saying that Ben 86 did this and that. Well, like in gambling, your name's worth a lot. So people put a mark against your name. That's no good, especially when it's fucking bullshit. I mean, Ben 86, fucking biggest winner of all time. No one's ever said nothing bad about him. And all of a sudden, because he said that Doug wasn't the best, Doug wants to out him for something he didn't even do. You know, it's wrong. So I don't like him saying false bullshit. Listen, he can say whatever he wants, really, yeah? But just don't make up no stupid lie. Don't say he sold his house to get back in action when I bought a flat last year. So, like, what's he talking about? You know?
Mm. Well, something tells me that he'll have something to say about this. So I don't know what he's going to say. But
listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. He can say whatever he wants. But if he makes up a lie, yeah? In Vegas, I will backhand his fucking face. You understand what I'm saying, yeah? So tell him he can say what he wants, but don't chat bullshit, okay? Don't go making up no bullshit lies. Otherwise, he will feel a British painful slap.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him.
I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Look, listen, you make up any bullshit, you're gonna get a backhand slap from Luke.
Pretty much, yeah. Don't talk shit. Don't. And you know what? Today he like, you know, even today, yeah. Someone sent me a link. Oh, this kid's like trying to out Durr for scamming again. Yeah, you saw that?
About that, yeah.
So what? He's speculating that Durr may have scammed someone. Yeah, I didn't even watch the end of the video. I got to the bit with Bob Vulgaris, and then I had to go. But he's basically speculating that was Durr. And who's it? Where's it his place to go and out this guy Durr to the whole poker world when something he doesn't even know properly about? Do you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, I used to cuss Durr. Me and him weren't greatest friends, but there's no point in this guy Doug just making shit up. Maybe it was true, maybe it isn't true. Yeah, why is Doug saying that? Why is he saying this shit about people he doesn't even know is true? That's dangerous anyway. That's a dangerous game he's playing just to promote his little name, trying to promote his name. He's back for Scoop though, don't worry, Joey, he can still be online. He's back for Scoop. Listen, every smart poker player can beat Scoop and Wookoop, yeah? It's not a fuck. Don't tell me, yeah, he's back for Scoop, because everyone's back for Scoop. My fucking grandma plays $11 tournaments at Scoop, yeah?
Does she have a roommate?
He's back for Scoop.
Does she have a roommate?
Huh?
Does your grandma have a roommate?
She would do if she lived in your stupid country.
Oh man, I don't even know what to say, kid. I don't know what to say about this. All right, so we got an offer of a crossbook, an offer of some heads-up plan, but the ghosting thing. So how do you know that's true? Are you making that up? Because it feels like, I mean, this is the first I've heard about something like that before.
Listen, tit for tat. Listen, one thing I know, I'm free rolling this because listen, I know that when I beat Doug at 3-6, deuce to 7, that was me. I know that in my heart. I was there. It was me alone. Okay. But I don't. And he tried to say it wasn't me. Yeah. However, I don't know that when I played him at 400, 800 mixed games. Yeah. And he was pretty competent. Yeah. And he knows I don't really play Jay Lama. Yeah. And Jay Lama's always had my number. Yeah. And I know they're friends. There's a very strong possibility that that was him playing or helping him at least. Okay. So it's like, I'm putting it out there. Yeah, in a way I'm contradicting myself saying you shouldn't say these things about people you don't know is true. But he did say it about me and it wasn't true. And for all I know, when he did win that 80K off me, Jay Lama could have been helping him or it could have been him pressing the fucking mouth. Who fucking knows?
So, well, we're going to find out, I guess. I mean, I don't
how are you going to fucking find out? You're going to ask him, oh, was it Jay Lama? And he's going to say no. So you ain't going to find out shit. You're going to find out. What does that mean? You think someone's going to admit to something like that? Of course you ain't going to find out. Listen, that idiot best not talk no shit anyway. He best not talk no more shit.
You sure no more shit you want to say?
I got other shit to say about other people, but I think I'm done on that clown for now anyway.
All right, who else you got on mind, kid? Let me hear you got. Unless you want to talk about this Jack 5.
I don't like the high stakes DB author. You know, I don't like that website. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you, poker's so dead right now. Yeah. Poker's fucking dead. Like online poker's dead. Now, they're trying to fucking report about any little bit of news they can, yeah? Fair enough, it's their job, yeah? So they report news about Bill Perkins and Dan Bilzerian getting their ACR account banned, yeah? Because they was playing on the stream or whatever. And at the bottom of the thing, the little nerdy author, the keyboard warrior says, haha, maybe it was a good idea they got banned because Bilzerian's not as good as he may think he is on the live felt or something like that. Yeah? I mean, is this news that, what is that pigeon even saying? Who cares? Listen, Bill Perkins and Dan Bilzerian, yeah, are so far out of the game, such bosses, yeah? Like, why is this pigeon even writing an article about them getting fucking their account banned on ACR? I mean, close that fucking website. Bullshit. If you're gonna report shit like that, that's fucking pigeon news. And then he's writing at the end, oh, that's good. He saves some money. He does it. He's not gonna be able to play there. Bro, the guy's a billionaire. Do you think he cares a bit about saving a couple buy-ins online? They were playing on a fucking yacht for fun. Like, does that like quantitate as fucking high stakes news?
Luke,
like the high stakes fucking
let me tell you something. Do you know who else made a video about that happening?
No, who?
Doug. Doug made a video about that happening.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I think he just reported on it too. I didn't. It was towards the end. So he talked about how the account got banned on there. I think it's pretty newsworthy.
He reported about that. He also reported. Yeah, but he wasn't saying how high stakes were pigeon for reporting. He was saying, oh, how Dan Bilzerian is a fish and how Bill Perkins is a fish. And where's Dan Bilzerian's money coming from? He said everyone's so worried about where his money's coming from. And oh no, he didn't win it at poker. Only I can win at poker. He didn't win it at poker. Only I can win at poker. They're little nerd spazzes in their fucking mind, man. Grow up. Like, who cares where he won his money? He fucking fucks like 50 playmates a week and plays high stakes poker with fish and may or may not win. Who cares? He's so long gone past you, Doug Polk. Doug Polk, you've got a pigeon little bit of money compared to him, if you even have any.
But you know that's okay. So back to Doug. So Doug, he's focusing on the business. He's got the upswing poker. He's got his products. He's got the heads up course. He's not really focusing on making money from poker right now, though. Yeah, so it makes sense that skill would deteriorate a little bit.
Joey, there's a reason he's not concentrating on that, because he can't win at it anymore. If he could win on it, you would do that. And then when your time expires and you can't win anymore, then you go and make coaching videos and try and get the last bit out of your poker equity mind you can, if you see what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So what he's selling to people now is stuff that's dated a couple years back already. They shouldn't be buying that shit.
Bang, bang. Well, Evan, you got a question? No? What do you think about Fedor, Luke? You gotta like somebody, right? You like Fedor, don't you?
Listen. Fedor, yeah? And what's the other kid? Dan Coleman, yeah? They created their own bars as well. They go on rushes, innit? They both went, they won like 15 mil each on a year, and then the other guy won 15 mil the next year, yeah? That's because everyone was like, oh, he won one tournament, then he won another. Then they're like, wow, this guy's like Superman. Now people play differently versus them. And so they created that buzz, just like, Negreanu did for years and Ivy did for years. I do think Ivy is probably very good at poker, but more so than Negreanu. But that's how it happens. You just like create this confidence around you. And even if your plays aren't the right plays, they just somehow are the right play when you're in that fucking momentum and that confidence and, just that mindset. It just works out for you.
So besides that, you think Fedor's, I like Fedor. I like Fedor. He's a nice guy. It seems like he's a smart kid. It seems like he wants to help the world somehow. So, I don't think you can't have much bad things to say about Fedor, right?
No, I got nothing bad to say about him. I'm just saying he's another example of like, obviously, he's going to be a lot better than some of the other people I described, yeah? But he's just another example of, like, how the momentum can just push you through and make you succeed so well in poker and confidence. Like, because, what he's done is fucking 1,000,000 to 1 odds what he's done, isn't it? Won, like, 8 fucking $1 million tournaments in a year. It's incredible. And Dan Coleman did it the year before.
Right.
Hey, the people from my apartments are here. They're just gonna do a walkthrough, so he's just gonna come in real quick.
Yeah, he can come through. Bring him on through, man. Bring him on through, Luke. You want to say what's up to him, Luke? What's up, man? We had a guest walk in the house real quick here, doing a little inspection of the place right now. So what's been happening with your poker playing, man? You mentioned you were beasting it. What have you been playing lately?
No, you know what? I've been beasting it for about a year and a half, 2 years. You know, I was in like I was chasing I had a lot of money back in 2009, 2010. Like, I was on top of the world. Like, no one could beat me at No Limit. I was that guy, you know? And then, like, you know, people stopped playing me at No Limit. I moved over to PLO when I had no experience at PLO. And then, like, I got crushed at PLO and I did money elsewhere. And in the end, I went, like, pretty broke or whatever else, yeah? But, and then for, like, a few years, you know, I was kind of self-pitying, being negative, kind of hating towards anyone that won. Like, it's bad, isn't it? But I'm not like that no more. Like, I'm over that now. But, like, even people I might have been even friendly with, I'd be jealous of them that they're winning and I'm still in a rut. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you know, since 2000, maybe late 2014, 2015, I kind of turned it around. And, yeah, I mean, fuck, I can't win on PokerStars and cash games. Like, I don't know why. It's fucking weird. It's spooky. But literally every other form of fucking cards I just print. I print on PokerStars tournaments. I print on Omaha and on the Euro sites, on the Asian sites, and any live game, really. You know, whether it be mixed game, doesn't really run very often where I play, but when it does, I beast. And Omaha at my local casino, where my win rate's just insane. Like, I tell you, I'm playing like funky bad hands and making it work. Like, that's how hard I'm beasting. You know, I play about 80% of hands.
80% of hands. How many?
That's what I'm saying. And to you, you're a PLO player, so like I've almost hurt your feelings a little bit because, like, you know,
no,
how can this guy win playing 80? How can this guy win playing 80% of hands? But, like, you know, it just, I don't know. I just do. Maybe I'll start. You know, if I go to Vegas and I play a big 2-4 game, I'll probably play a little like a bit different to how I'd play a 10-25 game. You know what I mean?
Right. Would you ever do a video blog?
Huh?
Would you ever do a video blog when you go play live? Like, you bring the camera there and you record your play and then you talk about it and you put it on YouTube, and people love those right now. I think you'd have a popular video blog, Luke.
No, you know why I wouldn't do that? I don't want to tell people my secrets. I'm still too good to let people know what I'm thinking. I wouldn't want to release that equity from my mind. I'm not like Doug. I don't want to sell my tricks. My tricks are still very, very much valuable to me.
So if we ever see you making a video blog, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, you know, something bad's happened. Unless, you know, I'm like that kid who got signed by Stars, you know, gets 50K fucking per video or something. Jason Somerville. Like, obviously, if someone's going to say, you do this, you get this much money, of course, I ain't going to turn my nose up at that if the price is right.
So if the price is right, you'll make a video blog.
Correct.
Okay. Guys out there, now you heard it. If you're interested in hearing from Luke, put a Kickstarter together, put something out there, get some money together, and might be able to make a video blog. So what's the main game you've been playing then? Has he been playing the 10-25 or 25-50? What games run out there?
Nah, it's like a 5-10-25. Yeah, it's like 10-25 basically. Like, it's quite, sometimes it doesn't play that deep, but like a lot of the time, you know, there'll be like everyone's averaging sort of 300, 400 big blind stacks. So it's quite juicy when it's like that. It's quite fun. It's interesting. It's a very different game, you know, deep stacked Omaha live compared to sort of an online 40 big blind or 100 big blind game. You know, it's very, very different. You know, as I said earlier, it's came to London.
Yeah, deep stack live PLO is much different, especially when you're 400, 500, 600 big blinds deep. It just plays so much different. You can play a lot of hands. You can play 80% of hands sometimes because you're so.
That's what I'm saying to you. Of course, you don't want to be playing it when there's a bunch of short stackers who fucking like are shoving on you and shit like that. But you know, even the short stackers in these games, I shouldn't be saying, but even the short stackers in these games, like, they'll have a 400 stack, they'll call 200 and not shove their last 300 to make it awkward for you. You know, that's how soft it is in a way.
let's not get into that right there. What you just said. Liam said
we don't want to give away the tricks. Is that what you're saying? You don't want to be giving it. That's what I'm saying. I don't even want to give away no tricks. However obvious it is, anyway.
You got to give them a little bit, Luke. You give them like 5%, and then they think they know the tricks, but they don't know the last 95% of the tricks.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you see someone make a mistake in a hand, yeah? You see it like even in Vegas, like you see someone make a mistake and you'll see them like laugh with each other. I don't know who might laugh, but they'll laugh. You know who you won't see laugh? I tell you in Vegas, yeah. I tell you what, in fact, yeah. The guys that play the big mix games and all that in Vegas, yeah. None of them are even that good, yeah. And they're so happy when they might see a potential mistake, yeah, that they fucking laugh about it, yeah. Now, if you're a real pro, you would never fucking laugh when you see someone make a mistake, yeah? Now, you know the one man who would never fucking laugh when he sees a mistake? In fact, he would never say nothing.
Schwartz.
No, obviously, that goes without saying, obviously. I'm saying in Vegas, yeah? Now, the one guy is John Manetti, yeah? He's the best player in Vegas. But this clown, yeah, is such a rude imbecile that he got himself banned from the fucking Bellagio and the Aria for being so rude to the dealers. You heard about that?
No, I didn't hear about this one, no.
You don't know about him, you only know about PLO, right?
Yeah, basically a lot of PLO, yeah.
Do you even know who John Manetti is?
I know of him, yeah, but I've never met him before.
So, like, he's the best player in Vegas, in my opinion, but he's not even in those games, yeah, because he was too rude. He's such an arsehole to the dealers. He literally bullies them and makes them cry. And the guy makes like $2 million a year. Like, he deserves a 3-year ban for how he carries on to them. But anyway, what I'm saying is, when I go to Vegas this year, I'm not going to be thinking, oh, like, there's some tough players in those games. Like, those games aren't scaring me whatsoever. You know what I mean? Sitting there with, like, you know, Openheim, yeah, fucking guy's like cracked out of his mind, yeah, and he likes to like laugh at people and be funny and think he's the man or whatever. But he's fucking high out of his nut, yeah. And everyone says, "Oh, Opie." People call him Opie, like so tilt. His name's David, yeah. They say Opie just to make themselves feel a little bit cool, like they're closer to him or some shit. Like they know him well enough to call him by his nickname, Opie. It's a fucking gay ass nickname, yeah. Anyway, that Abe dude as well. Yeah, sits there thinking he's so clever doing his little baseball cross books, and then when the stud round comes along, he's like, anyone want a cross book? A cross book is like the 1.02. I'll give anyone 1.82. Some shit like that. It's like, listen, when I go to Vegas, I'm just gonna hand it to all these guys. I'm coming to Vegas, and I'm leaving with a lot of money and a lot of sad faces.
Who else are you excited to play with out in Vegas this summer?
No, I'm just excited to play high stakes, really, because you know, we don't get very much. We had a high stakes game the other day. We had like this big Russian came to town, and he likes to play pot limit stud.
Nope.
And he likes to play Omaha as well, but sometimes there's not enough players that will play pot limit stud. Obviously, I'll play any game, right? So when I'm there, when Chufty's there, shout out to Chufty though, long time soldier. Yeah, we'll start a 7-card stud game and we'll play big pots with him, and it'd be fun because he's like relentless, that guy. Like I even won a massive pot. I won like, I think it was like a 60-70K pot of him the other day in Omaha, where it was just drawing dead on the turn. Like you just don't get that. And I had top set and he had like top and middle. And like every card got there on the river, I was like, fuck, he's got me. And then like, you know, and he slow rolls as well. So I'm still not sure. It looks like he's wanting to muck his hand, but like I know a slow roll is possible and it's a big fucking pot. So I'm just sitting there sweating it out. And then like eventually like he just shows his Jack 5 and I'm like, oh nice, and I took it down. But yeah, no, I'm gassed to play like big games in Vegas. My friend, shout out to Crazy Ilya, he's actually going to Vegas on Monday to play a big game. I won't be able to come until the summer. I've got some other commitments, especially next week with Cheltenham race, like the big English race festival, Cheltenham, starting next week. Otherwise, I might have actually gone with him this time. But good luck to him.
What do you think about the private games out there? They hold these private games at the casinos, at Bellagio, and at Aria. and they don't let everybody play in those games. And those games are going to be running when you're out there during the summer.
What those
these games are at Aria.
What those big PLO games?
There's some big mixed games. Sometimes it's one game.
Yeah, well, some of them are going to be private. Of course, some of them are going to be private. You know, I'm not one to come in and say like, oh, I need to get in those games. I haven't been to Vegas for a couple of years. I don't know those people. I don't expect to get in no private games. So that's cool. But there are other big games running that aren't private. You know, I'll play the big PLO and I'll play the big mix when I'm there.
What kind of watch you wearing right now? You got the what are you wearing over there?
It's a rose gold day. It's very nice actually.
Nice. I like it, man. I like it. You still wearing yellow, or you not wearing yellow anymore?
Now, you know what? Like, I don't really wear too much yellow, to be honest. I don't wear too many loud colors. Like, I just say sometimes I wear orange. I don't mind orange. Mainly because it goes with like rose goldy kind of colors. I got some jewelry's rose gold and that.
How's last time we checked in with you? I think you had a family, you had a wife and a kid, right?
Yeah. Love my children. Love the missus. All that. They're doing great. They're just growing up. You know. Like, you know, when you think about the kids and that, you think, fuck, I'm a bit old to be coming on here cussing like Doug Polk, like some kid like that. But, you know, he just wound me up a bit and like, fuck him anyway, he's a pigeon.
Somebody, I think Liam said in the chat, he talked about you and Hollywood Haxton getting into it on Twitter or something like that. What's this about? I haven't seen anything about this.
No, it was nothing. He said, so, you know, sometimes I see, you know, I commented something. I can't remember what it was, but it's like, sometimes I see these like, these Bonomos, these Haxton, Sievers, all these guys, Matt Gallants, they'll write some little tweet, yeah, and it makes them like think they're really clever. It'll be like some sort of sarcastic or witty tweet, or usually moaning about something. I don't know. I said something back to it, but yeah, it's just like poker players love to moan. They love to fucking moan out loud. Like they love to moan on social media. They love to like complain about a ruling, so then everyone's like, oh yeah, that guy's so clever, he made such a good point. They look at their fucking Twitter and see, oh, did I get any notifications? Did that clever person think that what I said was clever is clever? You know, come on, geezer, it's past all that.
Do you have
like most of these guys are in their 30s. Huh?
Do you have a favorite person on Twitter that you enjoy following, that you do like their tweets?
Not really in poker. My favorite guy at the moment's Conor McGregor. He's too much of a legend. You watch UFC?
Oh yeah, I love UFC. Yeah, Conor McGregor is. When's he supposed to fight next? Is there any sort of scheduled date right now?
No. Well, he's having a baby, so he's taken some time off, and like they're trying to make the Mayweather McGregor fight, which would be obviously very, very big money, very entertainment. Not quite sure like how good a spectacle it would be. But I mean, I would love to fucking see it, but I don't know how good McGregor would be boxing Mayweather in a boxing format. But no, I would love to see it anyway. But other than that, if he doesn't fight McGregor, he would have to fight. He was meant to fight the winner of Khabib Ferguson, which was meant to happen on Saturday. I was pissed. He pulled out like 18 hours before the fucking fight. Like, I totally bottled it. I was going to bet big on Ferguson, actually, at 6-4, which is like a good price, I felt. And then Khabib just didn't show up. So I ended up betting big on Thompson.
Or something like that. He had to go to the hospital. He still had a lot of weight to go. So, yeah, it was looking forward to that fight as well, too.
Yeah, it was. It would have really made that card like proper sick, because already that night, you know, there was the big British boxing fight, David Haye and Tony Bellew, which was like sick. You know, Haye was injured. It was a proper slugfest, knockout in the 11th round. And then obviously you had like Overeem and Mark Hunt, and you had like Khabib and Ferguson and Thompson Woodley. So it was going to be like the greatest fight night. And then when Khabib quit, it was just a bit tilt. So then I ended up like backing Thompson quite heavily. And then like it was so tilting watching that fight, because like I knew he had it going to the final round. It was almost like the last fight, but the last fight was a lot closer, because like there were for sure like 1 or 2 10-8 rounds in that fight. So that one was a draw. But then this one, there was no way like Woodley won that fight. That should have been a draw at best. But going to the last round, you know, Thompson, all he needed to do was not lose the round 10-8 and he'd won the fight. And in the last like minute, he just like nearly got KO'd. And at that point, I was like, fuck.
Right.
It's either a draw. I thought it was they were gonna actually if they had been a draw, I would have got money back. So it's kind of annoying.
Would you ever get in the ring? Would you ever do some sort of amateur fight or anything like that?
Absolutely. I'm actually I'm training a lot at the moment. So you know, I might do some white collar something in the future like that. But yeah, I'm really trying to train
right now.
Huh?
Are you training right now?
Say again? No, I'm not fighting training, but I'm running in the morning and I'm doing weights in the afternoon and a swim later on, like 3 trains a day. So I'm just trying to get in good shape for the summer. Because you know, as I said, like when you play poker, if your body's feeling good, you always just have better results. So like from time when you're sluggish and stoned and whatever else, you may not have as good results as if you were fucking ripped, full of greens, like drinking water. You know, fucking poker players love to say, here, give me 2 bottles of water, feel fresh about themselves. You go to Vegas, yeah? You go to Vegas, and then you see like some random dude, yeah? He's like steroid fuck, yeah? And like, he's sitting there playing like the biggest Omaha games in the area, and I never heard of the guys, yeah? I just happened to see him a couple times. I'm thinking like, how's this guy fucking in these games? And you know what it is? It's just the self-belief that they've got from their training that they convert it to the poker. Them guys are definitely fucking not. I don't want to say they're bad poker players because I contradict myself again, but they are probably bad poker, not great. But they somehow make themselves win. Yeah, they somehow make themselves win just because they're in such a healthy mindset and they're just doing everything else right. So it's just mad how it is like that.
My wizard assistant Jonah, who had on the podcast yesterday, says, "Can we hang out with this guy in Vegas?" If Luke is there, we will definitely see Luke at some point in time. No doubt about it during the trip.
Yeah, no, we will. That'd be cool.
Fun, man.
What about you know, I've been getting from America edibles. You know about edibles? Weed edibles.
I tried an edible once, Luke. I was in, I think I was on the beach in LA. I tried it one time. I felt like I would never be the same person again. It fucked me up.
I swear, it's literally like an acid trip. It's so fucking strong. The thing is, it's so much healthier than smoking it. You know, I've been smoking for so many years, and then my friend's like, yo, I got this from Colorado. Like, you could go in the post and all these little sour watermelons and these chocolate. And it's weed edibles, and you have just one little watermelon, one little bit of chocolate. You're fucking flying for 8 hours. And it's mad. It's a mad kind of drug because, like, sometimes, like, it will make you kind of more paranoid than that. But sometimes it'll just open that side of your mind. So, like, I even go to the casino and pop an edible a couple times, yeah? And then, like, I'll play a pop. Like, I might even, like, so the other day, I was all in. Be this guy, Chinese Mike. He's like a bit of a punter at the casino. He's a bit of a joker. Anyway, we was all in. We ran it twice. I was fucked. I thought I'd been scooped, yeah? Now, the dealer was like pushing all the chips to him. It was like a 6K pot. And then like some other random guy piped up and just goes, no, he's got a full house on that board, yeah? I didn't even know I had 2 pair on the flop. I thought I had like a flush draw and a straight draw. Like, I must have been so out of it, yeah? So anyway, this random guy saved me half this pot, yeah? Which is like 3,000, yeah? So I'm like, fuck, I'm not smoking, no, I'm not taking this weed shit like when I'm playing. Yeah, I always fucking lose. That's what I say when something don't happen. But then a couple hours later, I'll pick up on something like super random that like will enable me to make a 3K river call and drag in the pot with, you know, bottom 2 on a flush screen and straightening board. And like that happened the other day. Now I can't tell you the tell I had because I'm not going to give away those tricks. But that's just how mad a drug weed is. It can affect you like good and bad.
So it sounds like you're saying that we should take some edibles when we play poker.
Oh, we definitely will, Joey.
I'm in.
Here you go, Joey.
What? You have some?
Yeah.
Can we do it right now? Fuck it, I'll do it right now. I don't care.
Listen. I'll go get one myself.
Okay. Wait, no, seriously, how much of this should I have? It's gonna fuck
There's
this.
a bunch of different. There's different kinds, and they have.
This is gonna fuck me up.
You have more time open.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
There's a bunch of different.
Oh my God. These look extreme, man.
Well, they have the measurements though of how much.
Right, these are my ones.
Okay.
You see,
Can we get a small one, please?
They're the
look, he's
tastiest
got a little one.
sweets ever, honestly.
We've got a bunch here, kid. We've got all these.
Wow, you've outdone me. I might not even have to be able to eat mine because you've got so much more than me. You've pigeonized me.
No, we're not taking it all, kid. He said, "Don't take more than."
Hot chocolate.
Okay.
I'll save those.
You take
Yeah,
a
that
big
one.
piece.
Well, that
Take a
one
fat
has
piece.
This one has 25.
Yeah,
And this one has 20. I have one of these here.
How much is it?
25 milligrams.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Someone in the chat said, "Don't take more than 20."
Oh, then here, take the 20.
No. Can you open this? I can't get it.
Big baby.
This allowed? Is this legal? Okay. Never.
And you're gonna lose some sort of deal you might get with some sponsors by doing this shit.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's certainly
It's
could be
legal where
possible.
you are, though. Anyway, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. How long does it take to kick in?
Should be legal anyway.
Okay.
What are they?
Fuck it, man. Let's do it.
Look, anyone in chat want to pop an edible?
Give me some more.
Sure.
Thank you. Maybe maybe Speedweed will sponsor me. I don't know. Their friends are see if they'll sponsor me for the pod.
They'll for sure sponsor you.
Well, tell them I just.
And you know who one of his best friends is?
Oh.
Joe Rogan.
Well, there you go. Perfect. Perfect. All right. People want to know what's up with Isildur, man. You got some.
What else you got? What you got? Any fun hands we can analyze or some shit like that?
Are you being serious?
I'm being serious. We run out of topics. My rant's over. I ain't got no more things to say. So it's your time to take the lead.
Okay, I believe it or not, Luke, I'm pretty good at taking the lead. No wonder, no teenage girls in this one. No teenage girls can make an appearance on the podcast today. So what's happening with you and Isildur, man? You guys been hanging out at all?
Gotta eat the whole thing, bro.
You know what? He moved back to Sweden, and he actually came to London the other day. He was going to come out for my birthday. I hadn't seen him in a couple of years, but I haven't really been hanging with him. But he's a cool guy at the end of the day. He's you know, he's got his degen problems. We've all had our I think when you're like, he's still younger. So when you're in your 20s, you're more of a degen than when you're in your 30s. I don't know. How old are you now? You must be nearly 30, right?
I'm old, Luke. 31, buddy.
31. So like, yeah. So, you know, you was probably a lot more degen a few years ago. See, like, even for me now, I don't play every day at all. Like, I never play on the weekends. Like 2 or 3 nights a week. And like, yeah, I don't feel to play every day anymore. I don't feel to chase it like that anymore. I mean, like, I've got other outs for money. I'm doing like sports things and that. So I don't have to play every day. And when I do play, I win. So it's like, not every time, but I'm winning decent overall. So I don't feel like, shit, I need to really grind out my fucking ROI so much. Mainly because my fucking ROI is so high at the minute that I don't feel like I need to play it that much. Just, I'm happy with what I'm winning.
Yeah, well, especially if you're doing other things in your life, if you're sports betting, if you have those things going on, you're not going to be as inclined.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm a family man. I got sports. I'm trying to get in good shape, you know, so I can't just be sort of playing poker for 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's not really the one anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you've been doing it for so long, too. You don't want to keep doing it forever. That's just kind of how things work.
That's true as well. You know, like, I'm thinking to myself, am I still going to be playing when I'm 40? You know, I was in the casino yesterday, and some rich guy came in, and like, it's a funny story actually. He's like, a few months ago, we were both driving into the casino. He's got some fat ass Bentley, and he fucking reversed into me, and anyway, like, he crashed into me, and then he like gave me a few £100. Anyway, I didn't see him for like another few months, and then I saw him yesterday, and he's like, oh, he thinks I'm a good player. Like, he saw me do something sharky or something, and he's just like, hey, you know, like, what are you doing wasting your time coming here at 4 in the afternoon? Like, I never grind in the daytime, really, but it happened to be yesterday that I did grind in the daytime, and I was just there at 4 in the afternoon, and he was like, what are you doing with your life? Like, you're too smart for this. You should be doing other stuff. And I was thinking, he's like, you should be, like, come work with me in the city, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, like, you know, I'm going to probably still be gambling at least another 5 years probably, and then maybe see. So, like, I think I'll probably be gambling for most of my life in some way. I just don't know whether it will be poker. I'm sure I'll always play poker, but it may not be as a profession forever.
Yeah, I feel like somebody like you who's great at poker, I think you're going to want to play in some capacity forever. I know I'm going to still want to play PLO. I'm never quitting PLO. I'm always going to play PLO on some level. I just think it's too much fun. Like, I personally enjoy it. I don't know if you're the same way, but I love PLO. It's the greatest game of all time. I just love playing it so much.
It is a very fun game. It's a fun game, especially live deep PLO. You can play a lot of hands, or heads up PLO. I like playing heads up PLO a lot. You know, you can play a lot of hands. It's action packed. You don't have to sort of knit around. You can be very creative. You know, every spot's so different. You know, it is a very cool game. And I've only really fallen in love with that game in sort of the last like year or so. Because before PLO, I was mainly playing mixed games, and like, you know, I was playing mixed games with very good players online like Josio and Chao Ren and people like that who probably had a little bit of an edge on me, and I was sort of wasting my time. And Jay Lama, I was wasting my time for a few years trying to battle it out with them. And then, like, you know, I saw like other people in London, you know, getting money from playing live, and I'm thinking, you know, like, maybe I should just play live. Like, these pigeons are making money live. I should just do that. And so I just started doing that probably about 18 months ago. And then, like, you know, then I just saw how easy live was. I'm like, wow, like, I should just be doing this. And then I didn't even have to play every day. And then when I didn't play live and I played online, you know, I just played better anyway. I just grew as a player. It's just how it was. It was a good
Luke, have you ever thought about
turnaround.
going over to that King's Casino?
See, that's a weird one. Like, you know, it's a mad one because I played there. I was one of the first guys, like back in 2010, that Leon guy started surfacing, like, and he was running big games and he was doing his same stuff that he's doing now. And I remember the biggest pot, well, one of the biggest live pots I ever played. It was in a game with Jungle Man, Leon, Andy Mosley, and another fish, right? And like, this game was wild, yeah? Super wild game, yeah? Leon was like, by the end of the night, Leon was just doing his shit where he's just like all in blind every hand for 100K. And it was pretty tilting for me, you know. I bought in 20 grand. This is times when I was low, I was staked in the game. I bought in 20 grand. And I was beasting, like I was playing tough, you know. I think I was only allowed 1 bullet, and or maybe 2 bullets. I can't remember. Anyway, I was kind of playing for my life. Anyway, I got up to like 100K stack just from like winning pots and chipping up. And Tobias Rankemeyer was there as well. This is just when he got onto the scene as well. And then I don't know. Do you know Andy Mosley?
I know of him, but I don't know what he looks like exactly.
Well, he's like a British like live pro. He doesn't really play anymore, but like, he's probably one of the fucking biggest winners in poker of all time. Like, literally, he's a proper sick live player. And he's another one. He's not even that good. He's actually not even that good, but like, he made it so he would win somehow. Like, you explain a hand with him, he might have played the hand not so GTO as you say, but he still made so much. He also made a lot because he went to Macau and that. Anyway, he's a bright kid. But anyway, they all limped. I made it like 1,000 from the big blind with Queen 9 of spades, which, you know, it might have been a bad play. I made it 2,000. I was trying to get it heads up with Leon, yeah? And And Mosley, who had limped under the gun, he called, yeah? And then it was just me and him heads up, yeah? And I think he just had me just covered. The flop came like, it come 4, 5, 10, yeah? With one spade. I had queen 9 of spades. I just bet out big 4K on the flop or a 3K or something. Mosley calls, and it turns now like a jack of spades. I've got open-ended straight flush draw now, yeah? Standard barrel. I think I barreled like 12 or 13K. The river came like a low spade now, yeah? Now there's heaps in the pot. There's like 40K, and we've both got like 80K. So now it's like, I knew he had a big hand when he called me on the turn, because he couldn't really have called the turn unless like he had a big hand or a big draw, basically. And like, it was even possible that he could have called the turn with a set. So I thought, you know, if I check, he'll still bet his set. He'll like, if he's got like a lower flush, which is kind of unlikely, he'll bet that, obviously. Anyway, it might have been bad, but I check raised all in, and he like snapped me off. He had ace 4 of spades, and that was me done in the game. Like, brutal 220K euro pot, yeah? And like, immediately after that, Leon just goes on wild tilt for some reason, starts like going all in every hand. Mosley, Tobias, and Philip Gruesome all win like 400K each, yeah? I'm like, and this is like back when I was a proper hater, innit? I'm like, how did this happen to me? Like, you know, I finally get a 100K stack in a fucking game with a fish, and like, I have to get stacked by this guy here and the biggest cooler ever, yeah? Because, you know, even if the river was a brick, I was winning that pot as well. So it was just like literally only a spade can like kill me, yeah? And they all won. Leon dusted like a mill that game. So that was my only ever experience with Leon in that Russell, whatever that casino's called. But I did see the stream the other day. Yeah, like I saw some mad pots where like Leon's check raised the river with like a set when there's a flush and a straight there in Omaha, and like the guys snapped him off with 2 pair, and it's like, wow, is that a real hand? That's like crazy. I mean, what a game to get in there. Like Trickett was in there, like he won decent the other day. Shout out to Trickett. He's a long time. Like with poker as well, you've got to survive the test of time. Like all the old school Vegas lots say that as well. And like, you know, Trickett still does it. Like still gets in these big live games, still bashes the big live games. Like it's impressive.
How long does it take before edibles kick in?
You know, it can be quickly. You know, it can creep up on you every like 10 minutes, a bit more and more. So, you know, we might just be talking louder and faster as we get on.
Perfect. You hey, are you excited about this Kate Hall versus Mike Dentale heads-up match? You seen this, Luke?
You know, you see, I'm not really so in like the American like poker scene. I've seen some things like, I hear that guy's like meant to be a bit of a douche, like he's a jacked up steroid dude from New York or some shit like that. And she's like a very outspoken, you know, liberal woman. And like, you know, it seems like she's probably smarter than him. I don't know who's a favorite in the game. I don't know enough about either of their games. So, but yeah, I saw that. Have they played yet? I think we froze. Did we freeze? Let me know when you're back. I'm going for a piss.
I'm back. I'm back in the. Right now. Some shout outs while Luke went there. All right, who we got in the chat? Steve Goldie, Chris. Who else we got? Vernon D-Backs, Nasty Nate, Mario. The edibles kicked me out, Luke.
Did they kick you out? Yeah.
Yeah, the edibles kicked me out. I think the edibles disconnected the internet.
Yo, let me just say one more thing, innit? Yeah, back to like a little slewing thing, because a couple people telling me to slew this guy because he's a bit of a clown. Now, again, you know, I did bury this guy already, and like, I am old for this and la-di-da-di-da, but this guy's a bit, this like, you know, Doug Polk, you know, I like to see the good in people, so like, even when I say that shit about Doug Polk, like, I can tell he's probably not that bad a guy, like, he's just like, you know, maybe a bit insecure or whatever else, and wants a bit of attention, this, that, and the other. But this other guy in London, like, so this is what happens when you come after me in a live game, yeah? Mm-hmm. So as I said, I started playing in London. I started playing the casino game. But the edibles definitely kicked in now. You know, that's how fucked it is. Anyway, I started playing early last year. Now there's this clown called Pete Linton, right? He's a bully at the table now, yeah. Like, and he thinks he's good at Omaha. Like he splashes, and anyway, he used to have his way. Like before I was on the scene in London. A couple years back, he's from up north anyway. Like he's barred from the casino up north, up in DTT. They don't like him up there. Like, and he'll like bully short stackers. He'll like put the chips in from their stacks to put the straddle on. He'll be like, he's a complete psycho basically. 1 second.
Where'd he go? Edibles got him. Oh, okay.
You know what it is? The edible's so tasty that it makes you want to take a toke. Yeah. So.
Yes.
So what it is now, yeah, back to this guy Pete Linton, yeah. So like,
do I want to join? No.
As I was saying,
okay.
I do like to see the good in people. So I feel like it's a bit bad to just bring this up, but like it's just a bit of content or whatever, a bit of banter, innit? Yeah. This guy, I started playing live like late 2015, and he used to buy in like 30K to the Omaha tables and splash about just in like a 10-25 game, yeah? Mm-hmm. And we got off on the wrong foot. He already had some like, with trick it back in the day, right? And like being tricky with boys, so I didn't ever liked him. Anyway, we played like Pineapple on the app. By the way, anyone who wants to play me Pineapple on the app, come get it, because I'm unbeaten in like a couple of months now, yeah? Like, I'll just beast. I won't play those Russians because fuck know about what they know, yeah? They're sharks and they fucking know a bit more than they should possibly. But come play me at Pineapple, high or high low, whatever. I love that game now. Anyway, we played and we were playing at the table, and like he beat me in a race to fucking 100 quickly. It was just for 1,000. And I was at the table. I was playing over at the time, and then I left the table, and he's like, "Before you leave the table, give me that 1,000, Luke. Give me that 1,000." Yeah, he like flipped out, like as if I weren't going to give him the 1,000 when I was sitting there with 5K or whatever. Like, obviously, I'm going to give him the 1,000. I was like, "Bro, what are you getting shook for?" Yeah. So I started pretending I weren't going to give him the 1,000 for a minute. I was like, "I don't have to give you this fucking 1,000." Anyway, I give him the 1,000 a few minutes later, and that's how we started off on the wrong foot. Yeah, just because he demanded the 1,000 off me, like in this douchey way, I never liked him from the start. Yeah. Anyway, so then like I got into some private game like with Bodemos. You know Bodemos, yeah?
Bodemos, of course. Yeah, of course.
I got into a private game with him, Linton. Few others was there, yeah, and like I just started printing, yeah, and I was just realizing, fuck, like I'm way better than these lot of fucking Omaha, yeah. Anyway, this started getting, so Linton's all the time there at the fucking casino, splashing, playing every hand, trying to like get his way, and it's not working. He's losing, and and then like halfway through the year, like I can't remember what it was, we got in a next argument. And he's like, I'll dead you in this poker world, yeah? He said, I'll dead you, yeah? And this guy's a tall, lanky prick, yeah? But I ain't gonna knock him out in the casino or nothing, yeah? So I just think, you know, fuck it, yeah, I'll get this guy later on. Anyway, he starts coming to casino. I just win every pot off him for like 6 months, yeah? He's just like buried. I just ruined him, yeah? But at the end of last year, I beat him in a final pot, yeah? This is how bad it is. He ripped up his cards, yeah? He ripped up his cards and got barred for a year. He's like now broken, barred from the casino. And all this thing happened because he wanted to come against me. And I basically ruined that guy last year. Like, he had his own way in London, innit? Yeah? In these games, in these private games. And now he's not in London no more. He don't play those games no more, yeah? And that's what happens when you come after the king. You know what I'm saying?
Bang, bang. That's what it is. Bang, bang, man. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. Luke, you sound fired up right now. Luke, you sound like you're on an upswing, Poppy. You got those chirping chips going on over there, kid.
Nah, I shouldn't even be that chirpy. I've been losing the last few days, but still, yeah, I'm chirpy.
Yeah, I like it, man.
So
Guys in the chat, you guys got some questions for the king? Who's got some questions for the king? Hashtag is like a fussy hole. Fassy hole? What's a fassy hole?
Fassy hole is like a pussy hole, like not very brave person.
Okay. Someone says that you're a fassy hole in the chat.
Okay, so the standard keyboard warrior is going to say that, isn't it? Who is the guy? He's probably fucking sitting in his mum's basement jerking off and the girl in the background.
He's probably jacking off to your face, Luke.
Maybe your face.
He might be. Fuck, man, I hope not.
I think it's your girl's face. I think that's the favor of the free in the market front runner.
You think so? She could be.
You're kind of a cool guy, just, you know, sitting there with a girl in the background, you know, just chilled out. You got something about you, Joey.
You sure? I don't know, man. I don't know what else you're gonna say, Luke. I'm worried right now. Be nice, please. Just be nice. You can say whatever. Be nice. I can take it.
I'm not gonna say I'm being nice, isn't it? I'm being nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Poppy. Thank you. Has Luke changed his perspectives on roomie and weed? Hans wants to know.
Well, I've got no roomie, so I'm still there. I'm still standing strong on that one, but I do have a weed spliff, so you know, I'll retract those statements about it being gay to smoke weed and this, that, and the other.
Joey Ingram in the chat says, "Will you have a roommate when you go to Vegas this summer?"
No, I won't have a roommate. No.
Okay.
Well, actually, I could get a house. I could get a house and have a few roommates. Now, but normally when I just stay in Aria.
So wait a second, Luke. You're telling me that you might get a house with roommates and smoke weed in the house with roommates this summer in Vegas after coming on the podcast and saying that you didn't like that, Luke?
Yeah.
You would do that, huh?
Sorry, I missed that. Someone was messaging me.
Oh yeah, question. What about William Kassouf, man? What do you think about William Kassouf? Is that your boy?
That's an interesting person to talk about, actually. It's quite a fun watch, that whole main event thing. I think he got some harsh treatment at times, but at the same time he kind of brought it on himself. And he does have a very big mouth, you know, so sometimes it might get him in trouble. And it kind of did in that tournament. Like, he had a lot of momentum, and then bam, he got aces v kings, and that was that. He got it v the one guy he was beefing with at the table, so it was unlucky for him. But some people might say he deserved getting that cooler and this, that, and the other. Maybe he did. Do
you think he was treated?
I don't know if I was rooting for him. I was happy he won 250. You know, the other guy that came second, I used to know him back in the day. Like, I was happy he won as well. And the guy who won it, he was sick. Like, for an amateur, like, he just beasted heads up, you know. And the guy Gordon's a good heads up player, so it was impressive just how he just destroyed he's a good online heads up player, Gordon Bayo. And that guy just fearless. You know, there's the confidence. Like, he'd already made the 4. he was so chilled. He's like, I'm just gonna make the 8 mil now, and just played his heart out and won.
Yeah, I think what was his name again? It was King. Yeah, he was really good.
Huh?
He win, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Han says, Luke, what were the biggest mistakes you personally did within the course of your poker career, and would you do things different now?
Yeah, well, I made a lot of mistakes. I made one big mistake. You know, I trusted like someone I shouldn't have trusted, and that kind of like we went broke together, and well, I went broke basically, and like I thought he had half of the action, but he could never pay me the half. So so it was my fault for trusting that guy. You know, we lost a heck of a lot of money, and but in the end I got paid back for it, so it was all good. But that did slow down like my momentum. This was back in 2009, I think, or 2010. That really like that. I was just so life tilt after that. It took me a lot of years to get over that tilt. Some other mistakes. I'm trying to think of any big hands where I might have made a mistake. There was another like defining moment in like my poker career that I would say, like I was in the Premier League in Vegas. It was like 125k invitational buy-in. This is when like Eddie Hearn was promoting these poker events on TV. It's about 6 years ago. I don't know if you were watching them. They were called the Premier League and the Durr Challenge and things like that. Anyway, there was this one. The Premier League, and I'd already done quite well in some TV events, and my name was kind of buzzing up. I was winning on full tilt, like. Anyway, I got heads up. But you're just gonna move in the middle of my fucking story. Or you? I gotta
walk to the bathroom. I'm gonna let Ebony take over for a brief second, okay? You take over, Eb. Sorry.
Right.
A little bit of a lag.
All right.
You have to, when you talk, you gotta wait till he stops, and then you can talk. But it's a little bit of a lag, okay?
How are you gonna go back to regular waiting?
I just gotta go pee.
I know.
Go ahead.
Hi guys. All right.
He's telling the story about the Premier League and Eddie Hearn, okay?
All right,
you take over.
Yeah, to shout out to Eddie Hearn. Anyway, he's killing it in the boxing. So anyway, I was heads up in the Premier League. This event. You know, it's not the same explaining it to you. We'll talk about something different. Because like, you know, you can't explain like a poker story to a girl. I know that sounds sexist, but I know you don't seem like you. No, not because you're a girl. Just do you play? Yeah, I don't think you play. Do you play?
I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case, anyway. In that case, I was heads up for the title for 400k. But anyway, I came second. I didn't play that great heads up. The pressure kicked in. I had a 3-1 chip lead going in heads up v David Benjamin, and it was almost like it was comeuppance, because earlier on in the tournament, like I was hyped up one hand with. It was like a weird tournament where to get to the final you have to like get points. So like first you get 10 points, second you get 8 points. So you have to get to like 30 points to get to the final table. Anyway, in this like the last, I was basically a lock to make the final table if I just come in the top 5 of my last heat. Anyway, David Benjamin noticed that like I was a lock and I just had to fold every hand. So he was piling pressure on me, and like it looked like I might actually came 6th. So then in one hand, like he piled the pressure on me. It was a king high board. I had pocket jacks, and in the end, I just shoved in, started going bananas. Because he folded, I got my read right. So I started going bananas, going, yeah, I owned you, arrogant guy. I acted like a bit of an idiot. And anyway, so then fast forward a few days later, we actually get to the tournament heads up final, me and him, and I'm a 3-1 chip lead. And I actually pigeoned myself off. This is why one of the reasons I lost. I went up to him and I whispered to him, like, this was live on TV. I'm like, yo, you want to do a deal or some shit? Yeah, because it was like 400 for first and 200 for second. And I think he was like, no, I'm stuck too much. Just like he's been having a bad month or something. He didn't want to do a deal. He wanted to come first or nothing. So we didn't do a deal. I don't know why I wanted to do a deal. Like it was a decent amount of money. I didn't have much money at the time. I wanted to maybe lock up an extra 100k, even though I did have a 3-1 chip lead. So, but anyway, he declined the deal. Then he went on to beat me. Now, like I got my comeuppance because I acted like a bit of a prick there. So. But my point is, if I had won that heads up, because the question in the chat earlier was like, what was your defining moment in poker? Now, if I'd won that heads up, I would have won this event, and I would have got signed by Full Tilt probably at that point, and like things might have gone differently. Like I might not have been doing bad for a few years after that because I might have had big regular incomes from Full Tilt at the time. They're paying all their players hundreds of thousands a month, you know. So that was quite a defining moment in poker.
Why were you such a dick whenever, like, you give everyone shit about being a pigeon this and pigeon that, and then, like, you've got this story that you're telling, and you're just absolutely, like, goading people and, like, letting them, like...
Say it again. Sorry, someone messaged me. Someone said you're Bryn Kenny's sister, but you're not Bryn Kenny's sister, though.
No, I'm not.
No, yeah, someone... Anyway, don't worry. Yeah, because I was thinking, because me and Bryn are very friendly.
My question is, I'm listening to you, like, talk to Joey about, like, saying how everyone's a dick and everyone's this and all these pigeons, right? But, like, just in that story that you're telling me, like, you seem like a massive pigeon.
I admitted this was 6 years ago. I acted like a big pigeon, innit? This was one of the reasons I didn't get the Full Tilt deal. Obviously, I was in my 20s. I was a bit younger then. And yeah, tonight maybe I've sort of come on and slewed him, but that's only because I've wound myself up. I listened to a couple of his like podcasts and he pissed me off, so that's why I did that. But I am much more humble now. Okay. But yeah, you brought me back to earth with that one, so yeah, I respect that.
Do you have any other questions? Go ahead, you're doing well. Go ahead.
No, it's good. I think you're doing great. You know what he said when you left? He was like, "Oh, I can't tell a poker story to a girl." He's like, "You don't understand this." I'm like, "What?"
It's International Women's Day. You can't be saying things like that. Did Kate Hall see that?
God, I forgot about that as well. Sorry.
Like, wow, I play poker. Like, what the fuck? The chat went in on him though, so it's okay.
Tell people where they can find you, Ebony. Go ahead.
You guys can find me at ebonykenny.com and YouTube.
Instagram.
Ebony Kenny.
On YouTube. Go ahead. All right.
Just fucking Google my name, bitches. Love you guys too.
Oh, don't show them that. That's not a line. You can't.
What,
You can't show them the butt. All right.
I'm completely covered.
All right, Luke. What'd you think about Ebony?
Yeah, no, she's a smart girl. She made some fair points there, to be fair to her. She's a cool girl.
She is very cool. She is very cool. She's what we call, Luke, GTO.
Yeah, this GTO, you know, that's another thing. I don't really get the whole GTO thing too much. I know you've got like a GTO club and this, that. But explain me a bit more about GTO.
GTO is whatever you want to do. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a fucking word. It's like, you say GTO. What's GTO for me? GTO, maybe it's for me to wear this necklace with this fucking shirt. I think this looks GTO on me.
The best out of yourself, yeah? It's making the best out of yourself in any given situation, basically.
Pretty much, exactly. That's exactly it. Correct.
You reckon we GTO'd ourselves off a bit with doing the edibles? Because I think like the conversation went a bit south after that.
I don't know if we GTO'd ourselves off, but we might have. Luke, can you do an impression of me? I like your impression of Doug.
Let me see. Nah, you know what? Yeah, I knew, because I remember you saying last time do an impression. I didn't want to do it. When someone puts me on the spot to do an impression, I ain't good at doing the impression. Like, maybe I could, but maybe I'm just high now. I don't know. What do you sound like? Something like, "Hey guys, hey Poppy. Is that you? No, bad one.
That's a good one. I mean, I don't know. Hold on, wait. Let me see if I can sound like Luke. I can't even do this fucking accent. Hold on. Say something again.
Huh?
Say a sentence again.
I forgot what I was saying. Something about Pappy.
I forgot what. No, I can't do your accent, man. I'm trying to do it.
No, you did it well there. You know what's funny? When an American person does an English voice, they always sound super posh. Like even if the English guy doesn't have a posh voice at all, like if they're trying to impersonate one, they sound like. Just do it again because it's funny.
Do it again because it's funny.
Nah, that was a bit American.
Guys in the chat, what else are questions we got? Luke, what do you got coming up here, man? World Series of Poker in June with roommates in a house. What else before that?
Yo, you know what I've got, isn't it? I'm coming back, innit? When I can beat online. Scoop. Scoop. The only time I can beat online is when Scoop comes. So I'm coming there, and then then World Series, and then let's see how I do at the series.
I'm excited, man. Are you going to play any tournaments out there too? Any of the PLO events or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm excited to play a couple of PLO events and the 50K 8 game.
Said, what do you think about Mikel Ferretz, aka Chow Ren? What do you think about? Are you friends with him?
Yeah, me and him are friendly. Yeah, I haven't spoken to him for a while. I still think he still just about beats online. I think they just pass the chips around those like top players online at the minute. So, but yeah, he's a very smart player for sure.
Yeah,
but he's not in the limelight as well. He's very humble as well. You gotta respect that guy actually.
Yeah, I met him. I think I met him in person once. Talked for a little bit. Definitely one of the nicer guys that I've met. I enjoy talking with him. I mean, I like guys that have his personality type. Although I do like people who have the personality type that you have as well too. So I guess I like people. Is that what do you do? I mean, I don't know. You like people? You feel like you like a lot of people?
Yeah, I like people. Like I like to say, like I always like to see the good in people. And even when I come across with like the negative stuff, talking like about Doug Polk, Pete Linton, and that, I don't really dislike them that much. It's a bit for banter, really, But obviously, I felt they wronged me a little bit, so I come back and say something about them. But yeah, I do like people. Especially when I'm in the casino. I used to go in the casino and just be hating, just be like, wow, this guy's won a pot. That guy's on a pot. I'm not winning a pot, so tilted. Now I see like people that they like used to tilt me winning pots. That doesn't tilt me. I'm happy for them. So I really changed my attitude in that way.
Yeah. Maybe you needed to change that attitude to become a beast again. You need to get rid of that tilt.
Yeah, for sure you do, because that's what I'm saying. Like, when you're in that slump mode, you're thinking about bad beats, you're thinking about how unlucky you've been, and it's hard to overcome that. But then when you're in that positive mode, it just flows so much better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think self-belief. You talked about self-belief, self-confidence earlier. I mean, I think that's a huge thing that you need to have as a poker player. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in your ability. Now, I'm a little bit worried what happens is because if you believe in your ability and you fucking suck, then you're going to lose. So it's kind of like a slippery slope in some ways.
Yeah, well, you might lose at one thing and then you might go try something different and you might win at that. So you might, even if you believe in yourself, then you go and play one thing, maybe 25, 50, you're not quite good enough to beat that, but you can still beat 2-5. So, if you do have the self-belief and a decent amount of skill, because poker at the end of the day, really, it's not actually that big a percent skill. Like, there's so many different factors to making money in poker. It's all very good at being good at poker, but how good are you at making money in poker? So, by that, you've got to pick your spots, have good bankroll, be decent, get lucky. There's 5 things. Skill might only be 20-30% of those 5 things. So
no, yeah, I agree with you. I think that there's a lot of factors that go into it outside of just skill. That's what my book's about, Luke. Chasing the Poker Dream, the qualities of a successful poker player. Luke, I made a prep and I need to write a book. So I wrote a book in 11 days and I kind of talk about that. What kind of qualities a poker player needs. And you need a lot, man. You need to be disciplined. You need to be obsessed. You need to be ambitious. You need to be hardworking. You need to have self-confidence. And if you slip up on some of these things, then you lose your discipline. You lose too much money in a day. You play in the wrong game. You're not gonna be able to win at poker.
It's very true. It's very true.
Both Kevin Clarkson said.
Go on. Go ahead.
I was just say Kevin Clarkson said, "Oh God, the plugness, Poppy." Listen, I'm allowed to plug my own fucking shit, Kevin. It's my podcast. I can say what the fuck I want to say. Sorry, I channeled my inner Luke there. Luke, I get fired up too, man. I'm trying to keep it cool on here because I'm the host.
You know what it was? It was I don't even normally do the podcast thing like this or nothing. It's just I was drunk the other day. I was like, fuck it, I'll go on the podcast again. And I messaged you. And then when you messaged back saying you do it, I was like, yeah, I'll stay true to the word and just do it. Fuck it.
But we have fun on the podcast
No,
too.
we
The
do.
last time we were on, we had a good time.
It is. It's fun.
Ask
So we
Luke
got any
what
other
his
questions or?
Yeah, let's see what we hold on, kid. Let's see what we got here. Ask Luke what his longest live cash session was, and did he bust or crush?
That's the thing. When you play long sessions, you normally bust.
Yes,
So,
I know.
I'm guessing that I probably busted. I think there was one at the DTD club. Yeah, you got to actually I shout out to DTD because that's this poker club in Nottingham, and they've been doing some really good things for poker in general. You know, they just joined with Party Poker. They host a bunch of festivals. They got big games. They're really they love their poker there. They've done well for they've done a lot for British poker and for poker in the whole world, I think, as well. You know, 2 of them went out and played in that game in with Leon and they're good. So I forgot where I got to what I was talking about them.
I honestly forgot too. I don't know what's happening.
He said I can't remember either, man. Fuck. You see these fucking things.
The longest session you ever played.
Longest. That was it, because it was at DTD. It was in some cash game. Jennifer Tilley was there. Trickett was there. Mosley, Phil Lack. It might have been the session where Phil Lack mucked the winner to this guy Mosley for the bean pot when they got it in ace-6, the ace-king, and Phil Lack he'd stayed up for 3 days, and he had ace-king. They got it all in. No, he had ace-6. He got it all in preview Mosley's ace-king, and he couldn't even read the board. He won the pot and he mucked his hands. There was 60K. So yeah, basically long sessions no good.
Was somebody on drugs in this session, or was this a drug-free session?
Oh, this session in DTD. This is one of these televised poker ones that Eddie Hearn used to do in that party poker cash game or something like that.
Luke, who would you like to see on the podcast, man? Who do you want to see me have come on? Anybody interest you? Andrew Feldman? Do I have him on or something like that?
You know what? As I said, it's sad. It's poker's just a little bit dead, really, these days. So it's not I really want to hear from anyone in particular. You know, yeah, it might be interesting to have Fedor on just to talk to him about the experience of winning fucking that much that quickly and just feeling on that top of the world and being that good, and maybe him. Yeah, I can't really think.
Well, I've had Fedor on a bunch. I had him on after the World Series last year. And people in the chat, I'm going to be having Fedor on, I'm pretty sure, this month. So Fedor will be back on the podcast. Hey, I mean, that's a good premonition. You predicted it in your mind here.
Cool.
So yeah, man, it'll be a lot of fun, man. Anything else we want to talk about, Luke? You got anything else you want to get off your mind, man?
No, that's all good. I'll just say before I go, I'll just shout out to a few people. I'll shout out to the Goose. I'll shout out to Sly. I'll shout out to my boy Aaron. I'll shout out to the J4. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna take off now. But it was a fun chat.
Yeah, man, I had fun. I appreciate it. Ebony, thank you very much for stepping in and talking to Luke a little bit, man. It was fun. You have any last questions?
No.
All right, Luke, I'll be seeing you this summer. Be around the Aria Bellagio, and we'll get together out there, man.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. Good speaking to you, Joey.
All right, Luke, take care, buddy. Guys, chat, we're out of here. Peace out. Be back Friday with the hashtag King. And Luke left, so we're doing some shout outs now, man. Billy Cav, Joe Will. This is only for the live people you watching this week. Get some shout outs, man. Billy Cav, Joe Williams, Owen Jenkins, Snow Monkey, Andrew O'Neill, Hans Van Wolf, Silver. What's up, puppy? Jonah Bella. I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. We had a bunch of people watching here live. I'm sure you guys enjoyed the pod. Luke is a fucking character, man. I like talking to him. He's talking about my guy, dude, Doug, but I know Doug loves this kind of shit, so I know Doug loves this. This will be fun, man. Liam out there, Kelly Clarkson, Super Straddle, Who's the Chick? That's my friend Ebony Kenny. I've had her on the podcast numerous times. You can check them out on my channel. Silver, Gianluca, Bellini, NM Grinder, some weird-ass Russian name. Jake Hackett, what's up, puppy? Victor, Herology, Sven McDermott, much love, buddy, much love, man. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/poppygt. I don't even know how to say it. It's poppygto. I just started doing it, so I'm trying to get the fucking word out there. But that's all we got, boys. Colin Sullivan, Nasty Nate, Nikolai Mekrov back tomorrow with either a P.O. Lokerhand or a podcast with Ebony. Adios, guys. I love y'all. Y'all are great.